And talented Devin. How you doing tonight?
Good evening, babe. How are you?
Doing good. You look good.
Thank
You look
you.
real good. Yeah, you got the curls in the hair. You've got the Tom Ford wedges on and everything.
Yep.
Yeah. So I guess your other boyfriend's taking you out tonight.
I was hoping you would.
Oh boy, here we go. All right. Okay. You had to make it weird, didn't you? We of course are streaming live on all of our platforms. We including Sharpe Stream, including Sharpe Stream. So. We are live on Sharpe Stream. We do understand that we're streaming at the same time as Pearl, who probably has 4,000 people watching her channel, but that's okay. We'll catch you guys on the replay. Maybe I can work something out with her. So today we're going to talk about a particular topic that is probably going to be fairly controversial. And before I do that, I'm going to remember to invite people this time. So I'm going to put the Zoom link in the chat. If you have a disagreement, I don't want people who agree. I don't want people who are trying to come on to perform for my audience. If you have a disagreement, I thought it had copied, but it's not pasting. So, oh boy, my keyboard. Oh, you want to know something? I think I've got the wrong keyboard.
It's possible.
I probably have the wrong keyboard. That's probably, you know what? That's probably why the last one didn't get posted either. No. Oh, you know what? This is the right keyboard. Yep, that's it. That's the one. All right. There we go. Yeah, we don't want this to be an echo chamber type of deal, guys. That seems to be the formula that is working. And while I'm setting this up, why do you think that seems to be the I don't want to say the in vogue thing to do, but why do you think disagreements and all that good stuff, conflict, right?
Yeah, well, you want to avoid an echo chamber. Disagreements bring other perspectives to the conversation. Okay. And it helps you more flesh out the ideas and things and have more people relate to them.
Right. So. No, I agree totally. Now, there is a difference between an echo chamber and a community. A lot of people who see, and this is the thing, a lot of people who want to come on and troll you and just be disruptive, what they'll use the echo chamber shaming language to try to bait you into bringing, well, you guys just have an echo chamber. They just want to come on and talk a bunch of trash. And that, listen, most of the time those people aren't going to get through, but we have a screening process that we do when we bring them on. The audience can only hear them as long when I want them to hear the person. So if you do have a disagreement, the comment is pinned. If you want to jump in, you're more than welcome to at any time. So what we are going to talk about how to become wife-like, and we have a few talking points that we're going to get to. Yes, we are going to talk about social media. That's what we talked about this past Thursday. Mm-hmm. What are your initial thoughts on how to be wife-like, and why do you think modern women appear to have no idea that their habits, traits, and characteristics are not conducive for a healthy relationship?
Well, most women are given to think that they don't need to display wife-like characteristics until they get the title.
The hell was that?
I don't know.
All right, keep going.
Okay. So it's like they'll put it on the resume, but they won't fill out the quiz to get the job. You know what I mean? Like they won't go through the steps. So yeah, like a lot of women also can't imagine the things that why women do things that they do for their husbands or significant others because they have never
That was me. My apologies.
Because they haven't met that person yet. They haven't met someone that was like worth, doing that extra stuff for.
There you go.
So then they can't imagine themselves.
As Callie makes her her second or third of many appearances on camera. That's what's his name on the podcast out in Berkeley, California. Yeah, a lot of women. This is a very good. This is an excellent talking point that you brought up. A lot of women like to say, "I will give you wife benefits when you make me a wife. I will act like a wife if you make me a wife." And then what happens? They pull the bait and switch. The man makes the woman the wife, and then the woman stops acting like, well, she actually acts just like a wife in this day and age. The problem is, but here's the problem. you're not, the Broadway production companies are not giving parts to people who don't audition for the parts.
Correct.
You can't walk into Tommy or or Cats or The Lion King and say, hey, I'm not going to perform the role of Simba. I'm not going to perform the role of Tommy or the pinball player.
Take my word for it. I can sing.
Well, there you go. Exactly. They're going to look at you like you're stupid. No, when people go to Broadway, they expect to have to audition for the part.
Right.
Unfortunately, modern women think that it's their birthright to just get the title without having to audition.
I feel as if
Ah.
I feel as if a lot of women use the engagement period as their audition.
Ooh, yes. Yes, they do.
They're not willing to do what a wife would do up until they get that commitment. They get the engagement, and then once
he signs the marriage certificate,
once the marriage is finalized,
Yep.
it's right back to her old habits because she's gotten prize.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, and I say this all the time. Girlfriends are better than wives. I tell guys all the time, if you're going to get married, don't get the state involved. Have a ceremony, right? Have a ceremony, have a commitment ceremony. You can tell everyone that you're married. You can tell everyone that you're a wife, that you're husband and wife. Just the state's not involved because, again, women are incentivized now to completely blow up marriages before they really even start.
Right. I was thinking about this today, and that why women file for divorce so much more frequently than men do is because men have everything to lose.
Yep.
And in a way, I was wondering in my head, are men really the true romantics? Like, are they the ones that are really that ready to stick it out and work things through, or are they the ones that are just willing to live a life that they hate because they don't want to lose half of their earnings?
That's a good point. And I'll also tell you this, better than 99% of relationships, whether they're legally married or not, are ended by women. I watched on Fresh and Fit, when's the last time you got dumped? Girl after girl. Hell, I mean, I've probably been dumped once. I don't think I've ever been dumped.
Right.
And the guys in the back were like, oh, that's Cap. No, that's not Cap. Men don't leave relationships. When I say men don't leave relationships, what I mean is that they leave them very, very rarely. These girls are all the time, well, if something happens or if something leaves or if he files for divorce, no, sweetheart, men don't leave relationships.
Men are more likely to leave relationships early in the courting process than women are.
Oh, yes. Yep.
So I have a feeling that, women are always on their best behavior in the beginning. And
of course.
If that's not good enough for a man and he dumps her, then
man, he's up out of there. He's up out of there. And women know this. Women are acutely aware of this. Let's go to the super chats here. They're already coming in hot and heavy. Hex to the moon with the $10 super chat says, thank you for bringing your gorgeous wife to share her expressions as well. Much respect. In my opinion, there is no echo chamber, just humans interested in sharing their wisdom and insight on relationships.
Okay.
That makes sense. I like that. Hex to the moon, $2 super chat says, I'm sorry, fiance. I guess he had made a statement a little bit earlier. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the main topic at hand. We're going to give you guys a few ways that modern women can become wife-like. Women expect things to just happen because they're women. Manifest a girl. They'll just make it happen. They think they deserve the best of everything because they have a great body. Then, they wake up one day and they're 43 years old. They're alone. They're childish. And then they have the gall to say, why am I not married? Well, the answer is they didn't pay the price. Okay. Even if they did, they didn't want to continue paying the price, which is what we talked about earlier. A lot of women are on their best behavior when they're looking for the engagement. As soon as the wedding vows are said and the marriage certificate is signed, it's right back to being the bitchy neurotic creatures they are.
Yeah, they don't call it the honeymoon phase for a reason.
No, they don't.
It's a honeymoon phase when you first meet someone and you're vibing, as they call it, right? And then during the engagement, it's all the best, and then
Heather, do me a favor.
After that honeymoon.
Never mind. Heather, do me a favor. Could you that little flap on the camera right here in front of me? Can you knock that back? Because it folds back. That's okay. Just reach over and fold it right back, if you can. There you go. Come on. There you go. Well, wait a minute. No. Oh, no. I'm gonna do it myself. Never mind. Okay, so keep going.
We do it live.
We do it live, guys. We do it live. Yeah, I just realized I didn't really need that up there. All right.
Okay.
There we go. Works a little bit better.
Yeah, that's one thing I learned with you. Is you gotta be a WYSIWYG girl.
What do you mean?
know? Oh, what you see is what you get, girl.
Yeah.
Because you can't fake it forever.
No, you absolutely cannot.
And if you're faking it, it better become part of you.
Right.
Otherwise, it's going to fall off, you're going to fall off, and he's going to know that he was basically, I don't know, it's not catfish, but it's like...
A lot of women interview very well, but they perform very poorly on the job, is what you're getting at. Yeah. Finding and keeping a man of value, in my opinion, it requires effort from start to finish. Okay? From start to finish. Girls don't understand this. They expect high value men to just flock to them because they're women. They expect him to stick around even though she still maintains friendships with all of her exes. What are your thoughts on women maintaining contact with their exes even when they're in relationships?
I have a pretty hard stance on why women do this.
Oh, why is that?
I think that women do this because they want a fallback guy for when they're lonely, horny, whatever, so that they can just go back to someone and not increase their notch count. So it's kind of like a fail-safe for them. Okay, well, we had a thing, we're friends, and you know, well, we may not be romantic, but at least we're still good friends.
Yeah.
But you're also good friends that can turn on the friends with the benefit switch pretty quickly.
Easy. Yep.
And turn it off again and say nothing, and then
Yep.
it's not a new conquest. It doesn't make her look bad in society's eyes because I've only had 3 boyfriends.
Yes,
but you
of
cheat
course.
on every single one of them with every single one of them.
Yes,
So-
right. It's like a around the posy thing.
Well, they call it a carousel for a reason.
That's right. Men, we cheat with random women. Women cheat with familiar men.
Yes.
Right? Women cheat with men that they are familiar with. And that's really the crux of the situation. What women expect, women expect their men to love them unconditionally, even though she's gaining weight every month. They expect high value men or men of value to tolerate their bad behavior and keep them around regardless of how they act. Now, when we say high value, what I'm talking about in terms of high value, and I think we might have talked about this before, high value, if you were to ask a woman, describe your perfect man. Okay, well, I mean, just describe your perfect man. Black women would probably say, I don't know, Idris Elba, Shamar Moore, blah, 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 blah. He's, 6'3", movie star looks, millionaire, blah, 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 puts down in the bedroom, this and that and the third. Would you do X, Y, Z for that man? Their answer would be instantly yes. And that's because they know the kind of man, they have that kind of man they want. Mm-hmm. So when you ask random women on the street or on a podcast, would you give up XYZ for a guy? Their initial answer is going to be no, because they're thinking about
their last boyfriend.
Well, not only they're thinking about a disembodied man. They're not thinking, they're just thinking about a nobody. Would you give up social media for a man? Well, of course I wouldn't. Well, what if X, Y, Z, ABC? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I think I would give it up. So you can't really ask women, would you give it up for a man? You have them describe the man of their dreams and then ask them if they would give up certain things for him.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to give up just anything for nothing.
That's right.
You know?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And that's my point. As a man, your value has to be high enough for a woman to want to adhere to your standards, expectations, and boundaries. Mm-hmm. If a woman really likes you, she will adhere to your standards, expectations, and boundaries. If she doesn't, then she doesn't like you enough. And if she doesn't like you enough, your value's not high enough, because if your value were high enough, she would do these things without thinking. Am I wrong?
So what do you say to men who do set their standards, expectations, and boundaries, and these women just keep bouncing?
Well, then that's clearly not the right woman. See, any woman, any woman, and what do you mean keep bouncing? You mean with the behaviors?
Yeah, like, oh my God, that's controlling, you're toxic,
Gotta
you're
go.
a jerk,
Fine.
blah, blah. So it's just kind of a good way to weed them out
Absolutely.
rather than consider it an L?
Dude, you just 100%. Men, look, I'm 45 years old, man. And back when I was in my 30s, when I was dating around and doing this and that and the other, I had all the time in the world, man. I owned 7 rental properties. I was making money hand over fist. I had side hustles going on. So I had time to mess around with girls who weren't going to do what I needed them to do to be in a relationship with me. I'm 45 now, man. I got a little bit more gray in my beard. I don't have time to deal with women who aren't going to adhere to my standards. If you don't adhere to my standards, then it's recreational use only. If you do, then we have a chance.
So your standards, in a way, are your protection as well. So
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So these aren't just things that, okay, I need a woman who follows these, boundaries, expectations, and standards.
Yes.
Not just because that's what I prefer, but it's also for my own protection.
Look, real talk. That's the way modern women think. They think that when a man lists his standards, expectations, and boundaries, we're just doing this just because. Well, I want a woman who da 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 just because I'm the man and that's what she should do. No. My standards, expectations, and boundaries are put in place to protect our relationship. Mm-hmm. If a woman is not interested, if a woman can't understand that what my standards, expectations, and boundaries, if she doesn't understand that those are put in place to protect our relationship and not just to flex my masculine authority, then dude, that's the wrong woman. Like, this isn't a contest. I'm trying to protect what we're building here.
Right. I think a lot of women who don't respect that just simply don't respect men, or have never had to fall in line under somebody else's program.
There you go.
These are the kind of people that make the worst employees.
Oh my God.
Because they're always trying to find a way around something rather than just going through and
just
doing
it. Right. Yeah. Listen, man, if you don't come to work on time, you're going to lose your job. If you're friends with your ex-boyfriend, you're going to lose your relationship. That's how this goes.
Yeah, it's like the woman who gets fired for being 5 minutes late, and her excuse is, I'm always 5 minutes late.
That's why you got fired, sweetheart. Exactly. It's funny. So women who have this attitude, they have this rude awakening, usually in their mid to late 30s, right? They get bitter and they blame everyone but themselves. Ladies, all 6 of you watching, here's the price you need to pay to make a man of value want to keep you around. And for the record, I know you're not going to pay this price. I know y'all aren't going to pay this price, but you guys can't say I didn't warn you. Number 1, keep in shape. Ladies, I'm here to tell you, looks are important to us. It is the most important thing initially. Doesn't matter how accomplished you are. It doesn't matter about your personality. If you're fat, if you're not attractive, we're not interested. You can call us shallow. You can insult us. You can call us names, all you want. That's not going to change our motivations. That's not going to change our biological imperatives. Men of value don't want fat girls, period. If you want a man, listen, you want a man who can't keep his hands off you, stop eating junk food. If you want a man who wants to get busy all the time, hit the gym 5 days a week. You want a man who wants to show you off and take you places, make better food choices. Keeping the attraction of a man with options has a price. Ladies, it does not come free. So if you want attractive men to find you attractive, there is a cost. If you don't pay the price, attractive men will not find you attractive. What are your thoughts on women pushing back on men wanting women who are not fat?
I think women are pushing back in the wrong ways. Have you ever seen an overweight woman with perfect nails, perfect makeup?
Oh, yeah.
Her hair is on point. She takes great photos.
Yes.
But she can't pick up 35 pounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if she did, she can't go up the stairs without breaking in a sweat.
Right.
Taking care of yourself, you can't take care of other people if you can't take care of yourself. So how you take care of yourself is a reflection on how good of a caregiver you possibly could be.
Okay.
When we're talking about wife material, long-term relationship, girlfriend material, I don't want a guy who can't hold $10 in a savings account.
Oh yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah.
Or is taking out payday loans in order to take me out on a date because he doesn't have the money till next week, type of thing.
Right.
So if women consider their weight as like how their boyfriends or husbands would be in debt, like, I think it would make more sense to them.
Wow. So an overweight woman. So for us, this is the way women see us. So if I see an overweight woman, that is like you seeing a man who's in debt, who's broke.
Who's broke or irresponsible with money.
Wow.
She's irresponsible with calories, or she's irresponsible with her time. She could be irresponsible with, just whatever. She's door dashing rather than making a meal.
Right.
So these types of things, these are attraction cues.
Yeah.
Now, everyone says men are visual creatures.
We are.
He's not attracted to your heart. He's not attracted to how kind you are.
Nope.
Those may be good things to have.
Right.
But, if you don't have physical chemistry, you don't have a relationship.
That's right. And it's funny because there was that girl who called in. She's like, "Oh, it's unhealthy for men to think about sex all the time." No.
You can't change your biology.
Exactly. Blame the creator. He's the one that made us this way.
Right.
It's interesting. We are always shamed for our biological desires, but then women are praised for them. Women want a guy who is tall, ripped, and rich, as they should. This is how you guys are designed.
Yeah.
But then when we talk about what we want in a woman, oh, you guys are shallow. You're misogynistic. Control your biology, okay? So I'm supposed to control my sexual desires, but you're going to date a broke boy? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, we don't shame rabbits and mice for breeding as much as possible.
No, we don't.
With our pets, we spay and neuter them. We just take responsibility for it.
Yes.
So, we're not going to shame men for being male. If you are going to do that, you're dating the wrong gender.
Yep.
So, it kind of goes with the territory. You want to stay physically attractive, not only for your man, but for yourself as well, for your own confidence and the way that you carry yourself. Because if you feel like crap all the time, you're gonna treat other people like crap all the time. Yeah. I mean, what goes on inside is often reflected on the outside with women specifically. I'm not speaking about men. So yeah, that's what I got on that.
Okay, very good. The second price that women have to pay, you got to be trustworthy, right? Men of value don't commit to women who sleep around, guys. Men of value don't commit to women who keep their phone under lock and key. If you want a man to trust you, there's a price to be paid. And that price is giving him access to your phone at all times. You want to maintain the trust of an attractive man? Tell him who you're texting when he asks. And don't give him attitude about it. If you want his commitment, he's got a right to know. If you don't think he has a right to know, then you don't want his commitment. That's not a crime, but you can't have it both ways, ladies. If you want a man to trust you, tell him where you are, what you are doing, who you are doing it with before he has to ask you. Men of value do not commit to women they have to wonder about. Take the mystery out of it and tell him where you are, what you're doing, and when you'll be done. Now, most of the time, he's not going to ask. Okay? He's just not going to ask you. He's got other options. If he's got to ask you all the time, then in other words, if he has to ask you all the time, he's going to bounce, right? Because you've now become a headache. You've now become something he has to think about on the regular. Girls always like to ask, where have all the good men gone? We hear him ask us all the time. Yep. I'll tell you where the good men have gone, okay? They're with the girls who, how can I put this? Did you hear that?
Yeah, it was just a sound outside.
Oh, okay. They're with the girls who aren't on Instagram. Okay, they're with the girls who aren't posting bikini pics on Instagram. They're with the girls who have cut off all contact with their exes. They're with the girls who stay off social media. These guys are with the girls who are upfront about what they're doing, where they are, and who they're doing it with. They're with the girls who have no problem handing them their phones when their men ask to see it. They're with the girls who aren't at the bar or the club every weekend. They're with the girls who don't have accounts on Tinder, Bumble, Plenty of Fish, Match.com, Christian Mingle, Farmers Only.
But Donovan, how did they find said women?
How do they find said women? What, on dating apps?
How do they find these women who aren't on these dating apps or aren't on Instagram? How do they find the women who aren't doing all these things on social media?
Live life. Walk outside. Go to the grocery store. Man. Like, dude, like these women are out there. Like, women always say, well, if not on social media, I wouldn't meet anybody. No, trust me. If you are in shape and you know how to cook and clean and you have a kind disposition, trust me, the men you want will find you. The men you want will find you. Okay. Men of value, they're with the girls who don't lie to them. Okay, they're with the girls who proactively earn their trust. Ladies, if you want attractive men to trust you, there is a price to be paid. If you're not willing to pay the price, that's fine. Most girls aren't. But don't come crying to me when you're 42 and still single, talking about where have all the good men gone. Do not cry about getting something of value for free, because at the end of the day, you don't want it bad enough. Because if you did, you would have understood the cost and paid the price. Now, something I just mentioned there. Mm-hmm. Proactively, now we talk about you have to be trustworthy. Proactively building trust. A lot of women think that they are entitled to a man's trust. They think that a man they met a week ago that they hit it off with, had a great first date, they think, well, he should trust me because he likes me and I'm pretty. Talk about the difference between proactively earning trust and assuming that a man trusts you.
Yeah, proactively showing that you can be trusted is different than assuming that you are trustworthy.
There you go. So
you can really set yourself apart from other women by sharing what you're doing and sharing this type of access to you, because you clearly want him to know that he's the only one that you're interested in.
Right.
a lot of women these days, they'll be dating 4 or 5 guys at a time.
Yep.
Or they're really not dating; they're just in a situationship or something ridiculous.
An
But
entanglement.
needless to say, they're entertaining multiple guys at the same time, but they haven't found one that's worth dumping the other guys over.
Right.
So, guys deal with these types of women all the time. This is just the way it is. This is the standard in the dating market today. So, in a way to set yourself apart is if you get a text message. And you answer it, you say, "Oh, that was my sister. She got a new dog." Leave your phone in your purse when you're out on a date. Don't bring out your phone every time you get in the car with him. Show that you're paying attention to him first of all. I think, and that you can entertain a conversation without having to divert your attention to this little device that's basically it almost shows like. If you can't sit there and have a conversation with someone and not be on your phone or be doing something else, it almost shows that you mentally can't focus on one person at a time.
Yep.
So why would he even think that you are only entertaining him when you can't even do so to his face?
Right. When you're in his presence, you still can't entertain him, even though you're with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
And there's going to be times where your phone's going to go off, but you know what? Turn the sound off if it's that important. Check your phone
Someone
every now
will
and
call
then
you,
when you
yeah.
go to the bathroom or something like that.
Whoa. Not when you go to the bathroom?
When you're in a restaurant. When you're in a restaurant.
Oh, when you're at a restaurant?
Yeah, I'm talking about first dates and stuff like that.
Oh, no, put your phone away. No, I don't care. No, put your phone away on the first date. No, you're wrong there.
Okay.
You put your phone away on the first date. If a girl likes you enough, dude, you won't see her phone. Dude, I've been on many, many, many first dates with girls. Half the girls really like me, half the girls really don't. You want to know how I could tell? I could see their phone or I couldn't see their phone.
Really?
Oh, yeah, dude, if I don't see or hear your phone, all right, this girl's into me. But if she's, I was like, hey, she doesn't like me that much. Only when I got to the point where I was like, hey, put that away for me, would you? You're on my time. Now, at that point, now they've got a choice to make. I can either put my phone away or I can be a bitch and poop test him, right? Shit test him. And so if they get an attitude about, we did a skit on this. If you ask a girl on the first date, hey, put that away for me, would you? You're on my time. And just real polite, not passive aggressive, but very assertive. Hey, put that away for me, would you? You're on my time right now. If she gives you attitude about it, check please. That's it. If she gives you attitude about you being assertive about someone else respecting your time, then guess what? There's nothing, you need nothing to do with her.
Yeah. I guess a lot of women, I have a question for you. This is...
Sure.
So if a woman, are there men out there who, if a woman does these things, like, hey, look, oh, that was my sister, blah, blah, blah. Like, do they think that this woman is damaged or something because she's so transparent?
No.
Or
No. A man has never ever said, you know what? I don't think me and Tracy are gonna be. I don't think Tracy's the. Well, why not? She's too transparent. Everybody, she tells me everything. No.
Okay.
No. Listen, men of value. If a woman is that transparent, I don't need to know what you ate for breakfast. I don't need to know how many times you went to. No, I don't need to know all that. We're talking within reason.
Right.
If a woman is that transparent with her actions, her whereabouts, and who she's associating with, she'll separate herself from better than 99% of women out there.
Wow.
Because all women think, well, my phone, my privacy. On Instagram, they're telling people where they are, what they're eating, what time they're doing it. But then when somebody says, here, let me see. Oh no, it's my no. It's private. When you want it to be private.
Right.
So if you really want that relationship enough, guess what? You got to give up that autonomy. If you're not going to give up the autonomy, you don't want the relationship.
That's
not a crime.
Early indicator.
Yep. Absolutely.
Of not only intention, but of trustworthiness.
Yeah. Character. Yeah. Right. Exactly. The third price women need to pay is you got to put his needs before yours. Ladies, don't be selfish. Girls, you guys get everything. Quit making it about you. What can he do for me? Ladies, you have the world at your feet. Okay. Do right by him. You take care of a man of value and he will take care of you. That is quid pro quo. Well, why doesn't he take care of me first? Because you don't take care of him. Well, he should do it first. No, baby girl, you should do it first. You want to know why? Because you're the one who needs his commitment. He doesn't need yours. Your commitment is a luxury to him. It has the potential to elevate his life, but he does not need it. His commitment to you, however, is a necessity. Men, we don't need the commitment of women. We really don't. It's nice and it definitely elevates our lives, but it is not the end all be all. How do we know women need men more than men need women? Because men, we're not writing articles about why they're single at 38, right? But being single at 38 for a guy, he's in the driver's seat. Men are not depressed that they're 40. God, why am I 45 and unmarried? No, we celebrate it. We love women, there's no doubt, okay? But trust me, we don't need women or their commitment. It is literally the other way around. And that's why you need to take the first step and take care of us first. That is the price that you need to take. That's the price that you need to pay to get the commitment of a man of value. Now, I said a lot there. I said women need men more than men need women, and it's up to you to put your best foot forward first. A man doesn't need to do that. What are your thoughts on that? Agreements, disagreements? What you got?
I mean, I agree with you, of course. Women need men more than men need women, just as a survival mechanism.
There you go.
It's just the way life is.
Yep.
Now, there are women out there who don't technically need men for money or whatever. They call themselves liberated, whatever, or I call them lonely.
Yep.
However, like every human being wants that bond with another human being.
Sure. That's how we're all designed, men and women alike.
Yeah, we're better together.
Yes.
And while women have more to gain by this commitment, men have the most to lose.
Right.
And women also have the time that they have to lose. So if they're
that's a valuable commodity for a woman, isn't it?
If they waste their youth and their fertile years with the wrong man, and then they end
the wrong men.
Yes, and then they end up too late, struggling to freeze their eggs at 45 or what are we doing?
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I think it's important that women can hear this statement that women need men more than men need women, and not feel as if they're being attacked or that they're less than.
Okay.
It's just, you know what? We have the privilege of making a man's life better. Rather than being needed, we're wanted.
Yeah.
And that's a very powerful thing.
Yes, it is. Women don't need to be needed. You guys need to be wanted.
Right.
That's the difference. There's a big difference there.
Yeah.
Wow, well said. The fourth price that you need to pay, ladies, never suggest or ask him to go to the bar or club with your girls. And never, ever suggest that you go with your girlfriends on a weekend beach trip or some sort of Vegas trip without you. Ladies, we're not stupid. Okay, we know what happens when you're with your friends at bars, beaches, clubs in Vegas. Myself included. Guys, I cannot tell you how many wives and girlfriends I slept with in Vegas. I was there. She's on a girls trip or she's in town for a conference. We know what happens. The minute you mention to a high-value guy that this is something you want to do, he's already mentally checked out. He knows that you're trying to get male attention and will probably sleep with someone else. We know these things. I've been the guy. Listen, I've been the guy on both ends. I've been the cheated with and the cheated on. Pardon me. And oh, by the way, asking his permission does the same thing. By asking him, you're telling him that this is what you want. Well, I asked him, shouldn't that count? No. And if this is what you want, he's going to check out and he's probably just going to dump you. Now, he's going to tell you that you can go if he's a man of value, because he knows the fact that you asked him permission in the first place, that indicates the need for male attention other than his. But when you get back, he's not going to be the same. And it will not be long before he tells you, you know what, we need to go our separate ways. Then you'll wonder why he dropped you like a hot potato. Then you'll whine to your girlfriends, I don't know what I did wrong. I asked his permission. But they know what you did wrong when you were in Vegas. You spent the night with some hot Russian guy at the Bellagio and didn't see your friends till the next morning when you met them at Denny's, having just come from Walgreens Pharmacy from upstairs, picking up that Plan B because you forgot to tell Alexei to use a condom. That's oddly specific, isn't it? It is,
yes.
A man of value is never going to put a gun to your head because he knows he doesn't have to. So when you ask him permission, listen, ladies, when you ask for his permission to willingly put yourself in situations that will inevitably lead to cheating, don't act like you didn't know why he didn't pick you up from the airport on Sunday evening. Your thoughts?
You know, it's funny because even guys who don't set this boundary, they still bristle.
Of course, they all do.
Even if their wives have been perfect and but Donovan, what if I'm going on a trip with my sister and my mom?
Have fun.
And,
hey, I'm not going to stop you.
What if it's family? What if it's what if it's this innocent girls trip to Miami.
Yeah. Oh God, Jesus freaking Christ, dude. We've been on innocent girls trips to Miami. Oh my God.
I think women need to just think about.
They need to stop the
They need
cat,
to flip the script on themselves and say,
Really?
"Hey,
How do you mean?
Hey, if my guy wanted to go to Cabo with 4 of his buddies for 4 days,
What do you think they're getting up to?
How would I feel about that? Yeah, and so if it makes you bristle, odds are you don't want to do it to someone that you care about.
There you go.
So if you're in a relationship, you've got to. There's a time and place in your life for those kinds of trips.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you're single AF and living it up, like go for it. Go do all of those things. Maybe.
I mean,
But
listen,
you're not gonna,
women.
But understand that when you're in a relationship, that's not going to be an option. So rather than planning, go on a couples vacation,
There you
do
go.
things together.
Yeah.
You can still go out and have fun and see the world. You just don't have to do it with running to Walgreens the next morning to cover your tracks.
The reason
you know
why
what I mean?
girls want to travel without their boyfriends is because they want to cheat. That's it. That's it. They don't, and it's so funny. They never want to admit it. But why else would they want to travel without? Well, I don't need to be up as ours 24/7. Nobody's telling you to be up as ours 24/7. But when women travel, they cheat. We all know this. Women know this. Women's friends will lie to the husbands of their friends. Oh yeah, she's doing perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, she's getting the riot act. She's getting run through, by the Vegas Chippendales. It's ridiculous. They act like we're stupid, like we don't know. Oh, how do you know? I know because I was that dude. Miss me with that.
You know the old saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder. I always said no. Absence makes the heart go wander. So like
Oh
when
my
you
God.
all of these like happy life, happy wife, happy life, and all
Oh,
this
yeah,
stuff,
that's BS.
like all of these like almost like folk
Yes,
mottos
yes,
that we have in
yeah,
our society.
Proverbs.
They need translation.
They do.
as well.
They do. That's a good suggestion. That might
Nobody
be a
ever
good
got
book to
closer
write.
to somebody by wandering away from them.
Yeah, that doesn't
and
make
not
any
spending
sense.
time with
When
them.
they say absence makes the heart grow fonder, I think they're talking about young love. If you're in high school and you have a high school sweetheart, and you guys go away for on the weekends you can't see each other because you're not at school, and you can't wait to see your girlfriend or boyfriend at school on Monday. That's where absence makes the heart grow fonder. Not absence makes the heart grow fonder when you and your girls go to Barcelona, Spain with Pedro and Pablo and Esteban. No, that's not making the heart grow fonder. That's making your heart do something else. Or Ibiza. Oh my God, Ibiza. Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness. I've never been there. I almost went there one time. That place is absolutely wild. Have you been there?
I have never been overseas.
Never?
Never. You know this.
Wow. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. You never have. All right. Number 5, ladies. Don't talk about your interactions with other men. OMG, Kevin in sales won't leave me alone. Or OMG, Jeremy at the coffee shop is always trying to talk to me. Newsflash, ladies. We know why men talk to you, especially if you're attractive. And we know that we know why men talk to you. So the only reason you like to mention this guy and that who talked to you, emailed you, asked you to lunch, and so forth, is to make yourself look more attractive to us. But here's another newsflash. It doesn't. Sexual attraction is not symmetrical, ladies. We know it. You don't. It doesn't make you more attractive when we see you surrounded by a bunch of dudes. We know that you seeing pictures of us surrounded by a bunch of girls makes us more attractive to you. It does not make you more attractive to us when you bombard us with all the dudes who want to sleep with you. It makes you sound try hard, and it also makes us think, why do these men think they can sleep with her? Is it that she's encouraging this attention? Is it that she's stringing them along? Now, some women might say, well, you don't know if I encourage attention or if I string guys along. You'd be right. We don't know. But that's the point. We don't know means there's doubt in our minds. And if there's doubt in our minds, we check out. Stop talking about all the guys who want to date you. It's not cute. It's not attractive. And it lets us know that you're not discouraging male attention as vigilantly as you need to. Your thoughts?
Yeah, this is no bigger way to say, hey, I've still got the for sale sign in the yard than to start talking about other dudes.
Oh, my God.
To the guy that you're interested in. It also shows that I try to think of an analogy. Like, imagine if I talked about the Cowboys, what's going on with the Cowboys every single day, right? I don't like the Cowboys. I like the Eagles just like you.
Mm-hmm.
But if I start talking about them every day,
I kick you out. You're out. See
oh,
ya.
no. The obvious thing is going to think, oh, she must be
a Cowboys fan.
Must
Sure.
be a fan of the Cowboys.
Of course.
Because she's paying attention to their headlines.
There you go. Dak Prescott's thumb, CD Lamb has the dropsies, etc. Yeah.
Okay, so if you translate that, it makes sense.
Yes.
So when a girl talks about, oh, this guy helped me at the grocery store, and then this guy did this, and then this guy did that, it automatically tells the man that she's with, oh, she's paying attention to other guys so much so that she needs to tell me about it. God. It's like a subliminal way of women telling on themselves.
Yes, it really is, man.
And if it wasn't really, and they can turn around and say, oh, I don't like him, or I'm not interested in him, or whatever, but the hindbrain is saying otherwise. So when women are dropping these clues on themselves, they often will deny that their intention, but they can't deny the result.
Right.
So if you translate it into something that men are it's easy for men to understand, or something easier to understand, and you say, okay, let's replace so-and-so's name with something like hot dogs or something.
Yeah, right.
Then all of a sudden, why are we talking about hot dogs all the goddamn time?
Right.
You know,
right.
so it'll start to stand
please.
out. It'll start standing out. It'll start standing out in their minds more, and realizing, okay, this is unattractive. So you pulled a similar move when we first started talking, where if I mentioned other people, you said it was like I was picking my nose. And
I was like, right, yes. I said I said you talking about other dudes is about as attractive as me sitting in front of you, you picking your nose and eating it. Mm-hmm. Right.
And that visual stuck with me. I think that cured me of that disease pretty well,
among other things. I remember I dated the Ukrainian girl Tatiana, and she was always away on business. And she told me this one time, she's like, yeah, my suitcase, my hard shell suitcase cracked, and the guy at the TSA, he was so nice and he fixed it for me. And I told her, I was like, Tanya, she called herself Tanya. I'm like, Tanya, sweetie, you don't have to tell me these things. She's like, I know, but I was like, no. You're attractive. Listen, the guy helped you if you were attractive. If you were the size of two of you, he wouldn't have helped you. It is what it is. I said, stop bragging about the guys who want to bang you. Listen, dude, she was freaking beautiful. But for whatever reason, she felt the need to just tell me, oh, this guy is nice to me. Come on. It's ridiculous.
Plausible deniability. I think that's what she was trying to pull.
Yeah, well.
He was helping her because she was so nice, not because she was so easy on the eyes.
Yes. Yeah. All right. It was my sparkling personality.
Yes.
And by the way, come to find out, I was not her boyfriend. She had a boyfriend, and I was the dude she was cheating with.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yep, she got me. Let's go to the super chats here. JBlaze11 says single women are pit vipers. They bite both parties. Damn. Good God Almighty. Whew. All right. Okay. Number 6. This is definitely a no-no. Ladies, do not. Oh my God, ladies. When we start doing studio shows with live in-studio guests, this is all the warm-up for other things to come. Stop encouraging her to come over here. She's going to cause all kinds of chaos. Ladies, do not entertain conversations with other men in his presence. Y'all, this is flat out disrespectful behavior. And no, I'm not talking about if the two of you are at dinner or at a get-together and the two of you are talking to another couple. No. I'm talking about those one-on-one interactions with men that you guys want to characterize as harmless. You're at the gas station with the guy that you're dating, you like, and a guy randomly walks up and asks you, which way the mall is. You're having dinner, and the waiter is trying to sneak tip flirt with you, and you reciprocate with what you'll rationalize as innocent interaction that won't lead to anything. When you're flying somewhere and you're yucking it up with the male flight attendant or the dude sitting next to you, again, men of value aren't going to call you out on this, y'all. They're not going to do it. We're just going to let you be the life of the party with your outgoing personality and your extroverted disposition and drop you for a woman who knows that it is disrespectful and unbecoming of a lady to talk to other men while in the presence of her man. Like I said before, we know why men talk to you, and we know you know why men talk to you. Feigning ignorance in this area to give yourself permission to keep that for sale sign in the yard ain't gonna fly with men who have themselves together and have options other than you. Your thoughts on talking to other men, because a lot of women are gonna push back on. They'll be like, whoa, wait a minute, I can't talk to other dudes? What the hell?
Well, I think this point is missing something beyond just carrying on conversation.
Okay.
Something that I would also mention is body language. So even women who say your boyfriend or husband is engaging in a conversation and you're just standing there and you're just like staring at the other guy in his face or watching his mouth or something like that, that's just as good as starting up your own conversation on the side, or, you know, having inside jokes or something like that with another person in front of your husband or boyfriend.
Right.
So not only watch your words, but watch your body language. I think that's really important as well. Body language will indicate intention.
Right. Oh, yes.
So well before you open your mouth and speak, it'll be pretty obvious what you're trying to get out of that interaction. Right. So if you're just being friendly, you're being friendly. You're saying hello, nice to meet you, it's a beautiful day, okay, whatever. And then it's different if you're like, oh, really? What did you have for dinner? Was that good on the menu? Oh, you know, like, have you ever been to France? You know, like that type. Then you're starting
leading
to get
questions. Yeah,
right. Yeah. So that's the only thing I would add to that one is watch your body language, because it will give you away well before your words do.
Listen, man, it's not it's not a crime for women in relationships to be attracted to other men. You're human. You have eyes. The difference between a woman who loves her man and a woman who doesn't is a woman who loves her man will not allow her man to see that she's attracted to someone standing in front of her. Mm-hmm. You're human. You have eyes. You see men. When we go out, I see women I'm attracted to. You see men you're attracted to. It is what it is. That's life. You can't expect your woman to just be only attracted to you. But when she starts putting herself in positions to make interactions with these guys, that's when. And here's another thing. Some women are slick about it. They won't talk to other men in a man's presence, but what they'll do is they'll start being demonstrative. They start gesturing, or they talk a little bit louder, or they make subtle gestures to draw attention to themselves so that they can make eye contact.
Yeah. I wouldn't know anything.
Not much to say about that.
No,
would you?
Gee, other than subliminal hindbrain.
There's no there's no subliminal hindbrain. No. That was just you trying to be single.
Yeah, this is just this is something that you do out of respect for your man.
Yep.
And it's not because you're afraid of pissing anybody off. It's just, it's like, hey, you wouldn't.
It's just disrespectful, dude. You don't talk to other dudes in front of your man.
Yeah.
Again, be cordial, be polite, but dude, nothing is more cringeworthy than a couple engaged in a conversation with another man, and the man who's a part of the couple is completely left out.
Yeah.
What in the world is happening? Holy smokes.
Yeah, that is cringy. And
Number 7, do not, I repeat, do not talk about your sexual past. Listen, ladies, we know you slept with a lot of guys. We know you've had one-night stands. We know that you've had more than your fair share of men. We know all that. But talking about it, and sometimes outright bragging about it, is not only a huge turnoff, it makes you look and sound like someone who has been proud to be promiscuous. So long as we aren't privy to the details, we can concentrate on who you're trying to be now rather than who you were in the past. Girls steady talking about, quit worrying about my past. My past doesn't matter, and this and that. Number 1, your past does matter. But number 2, we wouldn't dwell on your past if you didn't talk about your past. Women are always perplexed as to why men are so hung up on their body count or the guy she's hooked up with in the past. The reason for this is because you talk about it. And 9 times out of 10, you do it unsolicited, meaning we don't ask about it. High-value men do not ask about your sexual past for a reason. We know that your list of men is long and distinguished. We don't want, nor do we need to know these things. But let's keep it a stack, y'all. The reason you say out of the blue, so I dated this guy who used to be a porn star a few years back, or this one guy I hooked up with was unbelievable in bed, is to make yourself look more attractive. Once again, this is inverse projection. Your female hindbrain is running in the background thinking, well, he slept with a lot of girls, and that turns me on because I know that other girls find him attractive, so the same must apply to me. But how do I let him know that I, too, have had a lot of sexual experience and that men want me? Oh, I know. I'll mention all my past boyfriends and hookups, and he'll be just as attracted to me as I am to him. Wrong answer. I said it before, and I will say it again. Sexual attraction is not symmetrical. The things that make us attractive to you are not the same things that make you attractive to us. Think of it this way, ladies, and I want you to listen carefully. If something about a guy turns you on, the opposite about you turns him on. You like guys who are extroverted and outgoing and socially dominant? That means those guys like girls who are introverted, reserved, socially submissive, meaning they don't speak unless spoken to. You're attracted to guys who are into hyper masculine hobbies like fighting, shooting guns and cars and working out. This means that these guys like girls who are into feminine hobbies, cooking, reading, gardening. You're turned on by men who don't need women? You like the fact that he's not thirsty? Guess what? These men like it when you make it clear through your words and your actions that you are interested in him. They don't like it when women play hard to get or try to play mind games. That is a turnoff. It turns you on when we do it, but that same thing turns men off. You're aroused by men who've slept with a lot of women? Those men are aroused by women who have not slept around. You see how this works? The formula here, ladies, is that whatever turns you on about him, the literal polar opposite, will turn him on about you. But since all men, high value or otherwise, know that most men have slept with men into the double and sometimes even triple digits, do yourself a favor and do not brag about your sexual past. It is like a prosecuting attorney who knows you're guilty, right? But because he doesn't have any evidence or confession, he can't charge you with a crime. Nobody, no crime doesn't mean a murder didn't happen. It just means that he can't prove it. Be that defendant that knows she's guilty, but has the discipline and the wherewithal not to confess directly or indirectly to the crime.
Don't take the plea deal.
Jesus, like, what are we doing? Your thoughts?
This one, this is similar to the other one that we talked about just before.
Yeah. No, talk about your sexual past.
Right.
Or what was the last one?
Don't talk about your past boyfriends or
your interactions with men, or don't talk to men in this. Right.
So with this one, I think it can go a little bit farther. See, women they think that they're trying to create like that sexual tension, that attractiveness, that maybe
because
if
that works
talk
on them.
about
Yes.
Then he'll know I'm interested in him that way. Like, here's an example. There's some girls out there who brag about their kinks, right?
Oh my God. Like the girl on Fresh and Fit.
Yeah.
Oh my God, boy, she was annoying.
Or the fact that they're bisexual.
Yeah, that's who I was talking about. Oh my God.
I love being tied up or whatever.
Yeah,
right. And that just says to men,
she belongs to the streets.
Right? So,
very nice.
While women think
Very
that
nice.
they're doing this to kind of increase the momentum of the attraction, all they're doing is changing the direction of the attraction, not necessarily increasing or decreasing it, just saying, okay, well, she belongs to the streets. So, So
Well, you got to hit your she belongs to the streets.
She belongs to the streets.
So,
That's Hood Devin coming out in y'all.
Oh, God. Your black is wearing off on me.
No, what black? Dude, come on, man.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. My black is wearing. I got a little bit of. I got a little
I've
something.
learned a new vocabulary since we've been together.
Yeah, that's
so.
true. I do.
I
give
was
you
like,
the.
he's not my boy. Why do you keep calling him my boy?
Oh,
He'd be
yeah,
like,
yeah,
your
yeah.
boy Carson Wentz, and I'll be like, well, it's not my boy.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Why are you accusing me of liking Carson Wentz? I had a lot to learn.
Yes, you did.
And you kept calling me stupid.
Yeah, I was like, you stupid.
Not stupid. Why
You
are you calling me
stupid. Translation, I find what you said to be very funny and entertaining.
Yeah, so it took me a while to figure that
Let me
one
get
out.
them kicks. I would like to buy that pair of shoes.
Thank you.
Right? Your boy, these bitches are mad at your boy. Women are very angry at me. Now, see, your boy has more than one meaning.
Okay.
Your boy means somebody you know or somebody you don't like something you don't like. We'll be like, oh, there's your boy right there. Be like, oh my God. We know you don't like that person or that. Oh, that's your girl right there. Right? It also means me. When I say, yo, these girls I hear are mad at your boy, that means they're mad at me. So a little bit of education.
Would that be considered a lesson in Ebonics? Remember Ebonics?
Oh my dude, what the? We be like they're like we be oh my God.
We be jamming.
Yeah. God, that was the biggest waste of money ever. I will never get that time period back in my life.
Well, going back to our conversation, women, leave it up to the men. Leave the sex talk and the innuendos and the references and the whatever up to men. If they ask you if you've tried something, say that you're open to it. Rather, don't say, "Oh yeah, I did that."
I did that. Yeah. No. That is not attractive at all. Be like, well, I mean, I'd be open to it. And if you ask you, no, really, have you ever done it? Lie, ladies, lie, dude. Dude. People think I'm joking here. This right here, guys. This is. How can I put this, man? This is such good advice. And I remember one girl in my videos, so you want to build a relationship based on lies? Okay, bitch. You tell the next guy you like what your real body count is and let me know how that works out. Ladies, lie. Lie about your body count, lie about your experience, lie about it all. But you have to be congruent with that lie, right? You can't tell a guy, well, I've only slept with 5 guys. But you still got hoe tendencies. You've got an OnlyFans. You got an Instagram. So he's seeing all these booty pics on Instagram. No, that's not indicative of a girl who has slept with. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this guy and that. Wait a minute, that's 5. Well, wait a minute. You're talking about 24. Well, those weren't my boyfriends at that time. And at that point, the jig is up.
Right.
It's a lot easier. I'll put it to you this way. It's a lot easier for a woman who has slept with 15 guys to get away with saying she slept with 5 guys than a woman who has slept with 75 guys to get away with saying she slept with 5 guys. You got to keep it within reason, right?
Okay.
You have to keep it within reason. But again, if a man has options, he is never going to ask you what your body count is. You want to know why?
He'll know by your behavior.
There you. Holy smokes, man! I have taught you well, young Padawan. Yes. This is why I tell you guys to pay attention. Do not sleepwalk through your interactions with women. The last and final price to be paid as we round third and head for home. Never, and I mean never, turn him down for sex. Y'all, this is the main area where women go wrong. They think that not having sex with him makes him try harder or gets him back in line. Not how it works. Men with options like it when their significant others don't turn them down for sex. Why? Because we like sex. Women try to use sex to control men in relationships because Cosmopolitan magazine told them to. Their perpetually single friends told them to. Their twice divorced mothers and her sisters told them to. Here's a thought. Stop taking relationship advice from women who are not in good relationships. Let me ask you something, ladies. You wouldn't take financial advice from a homeless person, would you? You wouldn't take diet and fitness advice from a fat guy, would you? So why in the hell would you take relationship advice from women who sleep around, can't keep a boyfriend, and are always embroiled in some sort of drama involving men? And these same women who endorse withholding sex from their men are always the first ones to cry about, my boyfriend cheated on me, men are dogs. Yes, men are dogs, and dogs need sex just like men. But what if I have a headache? Take an Advil and take one for the team. What if I'm not in the mood? What if his hot blonde coworker is in the mood? What if I'm on my period? Get creative. Handle it or another woman will. Ladies, sex is the #1 factor in terms of keeping a man of value. If you withhold sex from him for any reason at all, you're out the door. Don't go crying to your friends when your boyfriend cheats on you because you've withheld sex from him. That's on you. Your thoughts?
The key word here is withholding.
Okay,
so withholding indicates the choice. Okay,
I could, but I'm not.
But I'm not. Exactly.
Wow.
We're not talking about, okay, obviously if someone has the flu, men aren't sadists. No one wants to have sex with someone who's unwilling.
Right. Or no one wants to have sex with someone who is unwell.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you're sick, you got a temperature of 103, I'm not thinking, no, I'm like, oh, no way. Okay, look. I'll leave you there on the couch. I'll bring you some chicken noodle soup. I'll check back on you in 48 hours.
Right. We're referencing caring, loving relationships here.
Of course. Jeez. Or you're on the toilet. Oh, no, that's all right. No, we're good. No, that's all right. I'm not in the mood.
So the key word here is withholding. So this means like, oh, he didn't take the trash out when I asked him to. He's not getting any tonight.
Shit.
That type of mentality and those type of tricks or whatever
games
that people try to play, it just shows that your lack of prioritizing them at an intimate level.
Wow.
And if you're willing to do that, you're willing to go much worse than that. So you're not going to prioritize them on a financial level. You're not going to prioritize them on an emotional level. And so the trickle-down effect begins.
Okay.
So if a man doesn't just come to you for sex because he wants to exhibit his authority over you and make you do things you don't want to do.
He just wants sex.
Right. So, and just imagine, ladies, like, if you were in the mood and he turned you down, Honestly,
Oh my God, the world stops.
It would make you feel like total garbage. You'd be laying in bed with your eyes open, staring at the ceiling all night, going, "Oh my God, what's wrong with me?"
Right.
So
We don't think of it that way. We're just like, ugh, I didn't get laid. This sucks. How can I get laid?
yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, yes. Boy, you can tell you just learned that, didn't you?
yeah, you're just
yeah,
like,
that's
oh, well.
that's what it is. Yeah. We're not like, what's wrong with me? No, we're like, dude, like how can I
No.
solve this? Yeah.
Yeah, so like women take it emotionally, men handle it logically.
That's right.
So yeah, that's what I got out of that.
Ladies, at the end of the day, you cannot expect good relationships to just happen. Yes, we as men have to step up our game. That's why my brand exists. I teach men to hold themselves accountable. I teach men to hold themselves to a higher standard. I teach men how to strive for excellence. I teach men to never, ever, ever be complacent and always be looking to improve themselves. But if you want a man like that, you've got to match him. Women are always squeaking, I want him to meet me where I am. No. You got to meet us where we are. Because at the end of the day, there are a lot more of you than there are of us. For whatever, and this is funny, this is one thing social media has really messed up women. Women think that these men of value are just all the time. You see videos on TikTok all the day. Well, I'll just drop this dude because there's always going to be another dude.
Yeah.
Keep telling yourself that.
Yeah, no, and then they wonder why they're always going back to that guy they
There
went to
you
high
go.
school with.
There you
and,
go.
10 years later. It's,
Or going back to the guy that had some value. You played games, whatever. Now he just uses you for recreational use, and you wonder why he
how
didn't
come
commit
it
to
can't
you.
be more?
Yeah, well, because you didn't pay the price that needed to be paid.
Yeah, you definitely need to audition, and you definitely need to follow through. A lot of women, think that, okay, I got the job, now I can just let it fall off.
Nope.
And no, really, that's when the work begins.
Yep, that's when the work begins.
If men value consistency more than anything, this is something that I've learned.
Good stuff. I do see that $5 super chat in there. I'm not going to read that because that looks like a little bit of self-advertising, and I frown on that. I do appreciate the super chat, but I'm not going to read that because it mentions. I don't like when people super chat and they mention their podcast. That to me, that's just done in poor
Well,
taste.
thanks for the support.
Thanks for the support. Thanks for the support. We appreciate it. But no, I'm not doing what you asked me to do just because you asked me to do it. That is going to do it for this, the 4th episode of the #HowToRelationship podcast.